Welcome, fellow seekers of knowledge, to another exciting journey through the annals of history. Today, we embark on a captivating odyssey, delving into the extraordinary life of one of the greatest minds humanity has ever known, Albert Einstein. Strap in as we unravel the enigma behind the iconic equation E=mc², and discover the fascinating tale of a man whose genius shaped the very fabric of our understanding of the universe. Albert Einstein's intelligence was of such magnitude that upon his death, scientists scrutinized his brain in an attempt to unravel its extraordinary capabilities. His iconic status led Time magazine to declare him Person of the Century in 1999. The comprehensive story of Albert Einstein unfolds from his birth in Ulm, southwestern Germany, on March 14, 1879. The family relocated to Munich shortly after his birth, where he spent his formative years alongside his younger sister. At the age of 5, during an illness, his father presented him with a compass, a gesture that left an indelible mark. Einstein marveled at the compass needle consistently pointing to the magnetic north, sparking a lifelong fascination with the hidden truths of the universe. Einstein, known for his brilliance in physics, once mused that, had he not pursued physics, he might have become a musician, expressing a deep love for Mozart's sonatas. Unlike typical prodigies, Einstein didn't articulate full sentences until the age of 5, causing understandable concern for his parents. However, as he entered school, his academic prowess shone. Despite being part of a Jewish family, he excelled in a Catholic elementary school, dismissing rumors of failing math by asserting he had mastered advanced calculus before turning 15. Hermann, Einstein's father, attempted to run a small electrochemical plant, facing challenges that eventually led the family to relocate to Italy in search of new opportunities. Young Albert, however, chose to stay behind to complete high school. Discontent with conventional schooling methods that emphasized memorization and obedience, Einstein rebelled and even faced criticism from a teacher who doubted his future success. At the age of 15, Einstein not only dropped out of school but renounced his German citizenship, sparing him from compulsory military service. For a period, he identified as a citizen of the world, rejecting nationalism. Upon reclaiming his citizenship, it was Swiss. And despite initial setbacks in gaining admission to the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, he eventually succeeded, showcasing his determination and resilience. He enrolled in a 4-year teaching program specializing in math and physics, where he crossed paths with his future wife, Mileva Maric, the sole female student in his physics class. Einstein's private letters, unearthed in the 80s, caused a sensation as they revealed the couple's unconventional journey, including the birth of their daughter, Liselle, out of wedlock in 1902, a year before their official marriage. While Einstein worked in Switzerland, Maric cared for Liselle in her native Serbia before later joining Einstein sans the child. The fate of Liselle remains unclear, with historians speculating her possible death in infancy, likely due to scarlet fever, or the likelihood of her adoption. After their marriage, Maric and Einstein had 2 sons, with the elder, Hans Albert, expressing that Einstein wasn't a commendable father, suggesting that he might have been the only project Einstein ever abandoned. In 1901, Einstein received his diploma to teach physics and math, but faced challenges securing an academic position, even applying to teach high school. Eventually, he found employment at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern, proving to be a blessing in disguise. While the job lacked mental challenge, it allowed him time to delve into his true passion, scientific research. The pivotal year for Einstein was 1905, hailed as his Year of Miracles. In this transformative period, he authored 4 groundbreaking papers published in a German scientific journal, fundamentally altering our perception of the universe. Simplifying these complex theories, Einstein first proposed the particle nature of light, introducing the photoelectric effect, where photons, as particles, could dislodge electrons from atoms to generate a current. The second paper argued for the existence of atoms, observing the seemingly random movement of particles in water, attributing it to invisible atoms causing particle jiggling, termed Brownian motion. Einstein's third and most renowned discovery was the special theory of relativity, challenging our understanding of simultaneous events occurring in separate spatial locations. Events A, B, and C could be simultaneous, yet observers in different locations would perceive their order differently. An analogy involved individuals in London and New York starting to run simultaneously, but appearing to commence at different times when observed from a plane flying between the two cities. Relativity forms the foundation of the world's most renowned formula, E equals mc squared. In his fourth paper, Einstein introduced this equation, demonstrating the relationship between energy, mass, and the speed of light squared. If you find yourself grappling with the complexities at this juncture, take solace in Einstein's words. Do not worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you mine are still greater. Under specific conditions, energy can transform into mass and vice versa. The implications of Einstein's equation raised eyebrows among physicists, contemplating its potential role in the creation of an atomic bomb. As Einstein's stature grew, his wife found herself burdened with increased household responsibilities. Despite her own passion for math and science, Merrick set aside her ambitions to care for their children. Some evidence suggests she contributed to her husband's groundbreaking concepts. In letters to her, Einstein alluded to their collaborative efforts on relative motion, marking the papers that propelled him from an obscure patent office clerk to a celebrated genius. Einstein's journey took him to universities in Prague, Zurich, and Berlin, where he regained German citizenship during World War I, a conflict that repulsed him. Despite professional success, his personal life faced upheavals. Einstein corresponded with his teenage love, Mary Wintler, pouring out his feelings about missing her and thinking of her during free moments. The eventual separation from his wife led Marich to relocate with their sons to Zurich, while Einstein remained in Berlin. Their divorce in 1919 preceded Einstein's marriage to his first cousin, Elsa Lowenthal, whom he had been involved with for years. This union, however, saw its share of infidelity. Amidst the divorce settlement with Marich, she would receive money from a potential Nobel Prize, which Einstein secured in 1921, though notably for his theory of light rather than relativity. Einstein's preoccupation with his theory of relativity, especially its neglect of gravity, persisted. Over a decade of meticulous tinkering culminated in his general theory of relativity, providing a comprehensive understanding. While Sir Isaac Newton had laid the groundwork for gravity 2 centuries earlier, Einstein's theory posited that a massive object like the Sun induces a warp or dent in space, elucidating the mechanism of gravitational pull. The Earth experiences the indentation, causing it to orbit around the Sun, akin to a marble rolling in a bowl. In simpler terms, it undergoes orbits. Einstein's theory also proposed that the Sun's gravity would bend light from another star. According to this hypothesis, the starlight passing by the Sun would be distorted, leading us on Earth to perceive the star's apparent location differently than its actual position. Initially deemed preposterous, this theory found validation only during a total solar eclipse in 1919 when the moon obscured the Sun's bright light. During this eclipse, English astronomer Sir Arthur Eddington traveled to the West African coast to capture photographs, confirming the Sun's deflection of light. Einstein's predictions were once again affirmed when Stanford University astrophysicists observed light behind a black hole. Despite the conventional notion that black holes prevent light from escaping due to their powerful gravitational pull, the observed light indicated that the black hole was distorting space and bending light, consistent with general relativity. Einstein's newfound celebrity status burgeoned rapidly, thanks to extensive media coverage, even though the implications of his theory were not easily grasped by the average person. Following a prolonged and harrowing war, the world sought reasons to rejoice. Einstein embarked on international travels, visiting Asia, the Middle East, and the United States, where he delivered lectures at Columbia University and Princeton. His essay on his initial impressions of America in 1921 highlighted the positive and joyful attitude prevailing among Americans. As the Nazis rose to power in Germany under Adolf Hitler, Einstein, being Jewish, part of the intelligentsia, and a pacifist, realized he could never return to his homeland. A German magazine labeled him an enemy of the regime, attaching a $5,000 price tag to his head. Einstein renounced his German citizenship in Belgium, later traveling to England. Despite offers to teach at prestigious European universities like Oxford, he chose to immigrate to the United States. Settling at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey, Einstein spent the remainder of his life there, facing the discriminatory quotas prevalent in prominent American universities like Harvard and Yale, which limited the presence of Jewish faculty and students. Upon his arrival in the United States, Einstein's most groundbreaking scientific research had already taken place, with his theory of relativity and other notable works standing as unparalleled achievements. Despite the stability he found at the research institution, Einstein faced challenges in his personal life. His younger son, Edward, grappled with schizophrenia, experiencing his first mental breakdown. Additionally, Elsa, Einstein's wife, battled a painful illness that ultimately claimed her life in 1936. To Einstein's dismay, scientists explored the potential use of his equation E equals mc squared in the creation of an atomic bomb. Despite his aversion to war and his extensive efforts towards promoting peace, he grew alarmed by the ascent of fascism. In 1939, he signed a letter to President Roosevelt, warning about Nazi efforts to build an atomic bomb. This led to the establishment of the Manhattan Project, a clandestine American-led initiative to develop atomic weapons. Beyond his scientific endeavors, Einstein emerged as a civil rights activist, appalled by racial segregation in the U.S. In 1946, he visited Lincoln University in Pennsylvania, the first institution to grant degrees to black individuals. In a speech, he denounced racism as a disease of white people, refusing to remain silent about it. However, his private diaries revealed prejudiced views toward other races, notably the Chinese, during his travels in Asia in the 1920s. In 1940, Einstein became a U.S. citizen, driven by his dedication to peace, advocating for a one-world government. Initially rejecting the idea of a Jewish state due to his disdain for nationalism, he eventually supported the Zionist cause after witnessing the persecution of Jews in Europe. Despite personal conflicts on the matter, he declared his strongest human bond to be with the Jewish people. Although not religious and leaning toward agnosticism, he played a role in the creation of the State of Israel in 1948. In 1952, David Ben-Gurion, Israel's prime minister, extended an offer to Albert Einstein for the position of president, a proposition that Einstein declined. He explained that his life had been devoted to dealing with objective matters, and he lacked the aptitude and experience to navigate the complexities of interpersonal relations. Einstein, displaying keen self-awareness, acknowledged his own limitations. On April 17, 1955, Einstein admitted himself to Princeton Hospital in New Jersey following the rupture of his abdominal aortic aneurysm. Having undergone prior surgery on the aorta, he refused further medical intervention, deeming it tasteless to prolong life, and expressed that it was time to depart. Einstein passed away the next day, uttering a few final words in German, incomprehensible to the nurse on duty, thus lost to history. His remains were cremated, and the ashes were discreetly scattered along the Delaware River. However, Einstein's brain was excluded from this cremation. Pathologist Thomas Harvey surreptitiously removed Einstein's brain without consent, later obtaining permission from the family for scientific research. Examination revealed that Einstein's brain lacked a bordering region called the lateral sulcus, potentially enhancing communication among neurons. Additionally, his brain exhibited a higher percentage of glial cells, suggesting increased neuronal energy consumption. Harvey segmented the brain, preserving it in jars with formaldehyde, storing them in his basement. Currently, the dissected brain is housed at the Mutter Museum in Philadelphia. Einstein, who had desired cremation to deter body worship, ironically continues to be venerated. The 99th element on the periodic table, Einsteinium, was named in his honor shortly after his demise. Albert Einstein endures as one of the most brilliant figures in history, reshaping our perceptions of the world and the universe. Beyond his scientific contributions, he championed various causes, leading an extraordinary life. The notion of making Einstein's lectures universally accessible online poses a fascinating prospect. As we conclude our odyssey through the life of Albert Einstein, we reflect on the profound impact of his ideas and the indomitable spirit that drove him. From the classrooms of Ulm to the far reaches of the cosmos, Einstein's legacy continues to inspire generations to dream beyond the ordinary and challenge the limits of human understanding. Thank you for joining us on this thrilling journey. If you enjoyed the story of Einstein's life, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of our universe.